Hey everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit here, and I'm here to do a pick a card reading, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm gonna do, I picked out all the 7 cards from the tarot because 2023 is a 7 year. If you take the numbers 2 plus 2 plus 3, that's how we get the 7 year. And then we're gonna talk about like some of the pile you can pick um, based off maybe it's like your zodiac sign is within that suit, or you could just like pick intuitively or at random. It's up to you. Um, but these are the 4 piles: the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles. And I went through my one of my chakra decks, and I picked out all the crown chakra cards because that is a chakra that is associated with the number 7. It's the seventh chakra, and so 7 means. And I also have that's a major 7, and then the tower down. It's a 16, but we can actually break that down to 7, like what these energies mean. Um, so the for the 7 of Swords, this is like really like a struggle with your thoughts, with your communication, with who you are. Like it really is like a perceptual you struggle with yourself. And the number 7 in general, like the numerological meaning of 7 is kind of I always think of it as like a prime number. So which means that 7 is only divisible by 1 in itself. So 1 in it's this internal like struggle and God, yourself and the universe, yourself and your higher self. Um, the 7 of Wands is a struggle of energy, a struggle of like just overcoming things, working really hard with the energy that you have. The 7 of Cups is like an emotional kind of struggle. It's like an overwhelming struggle because there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of ways that things could go. Maybe a lot of different options or different paths for you. And so it's a struggle because like, how do I know which one to this one always reminds me of I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, Idiot well, Last Crusade, I think, and where he has to go like pick the chalice, like he has to go pick one of these cups, and if he picks the wrong one, he's gonna have like instant certain death. So that's kind of like what I always think of with the 7 of Cups. Um, the 7 of Pentacles is about your behavioral struggles. It's like working hard at something to create something, but learning how to kind of like temper yourself and have that patience throughout the whole struggle. The Chariot is about, you know, your alignment with your values. You see how there's a dualistic, this person's between these two dual, the white and the black, the right and the wrong, the good and the bad, because that's kind of what our physical world is built upon is this dualism. And so the 7 or the Chariot 7 is about finding your value system within these dualistic structures. And the black and white thinking, the good or the bad, that is uh, we don't want to fall into that. We don't want to be like too polarized in our beliefs because then we become these like radicals, become these people who are not grounded in what their value system are. Um, it ends up being it ends up becoming something else other than like our personal value system. With the tower, this is also a struggle. I would say this is the ultimate struggle between in the tarot at least, between yourself and God, yourself and the universe. It's like, what are we needing to allow to collapse so that we can see the light of day, so that so that we can have clarity? Something needs to give for us to have that clarity. So, and I don't know which cards these are. I just like shuffled them around the chakra cards. So go ahead and pick your pile and we'll get started here. I'm going to use the Good Tarot. Um, so, yeah, go ahead and pick your pile. So this is for those of you who chose the Seven of Swords pile. Let's see what we have here. We have I am presence. So yeah, maybe struggling with yourself, maybe struggling with your like anxiety. Could possibly be like about anxiety struggle at this time. Doesn't have to be, but let's get into the tarot and see what we have here. So we have the Messenger of Water. That's like the Knight of Cups. We have the Five of Fire, Five of Wands. We have Strength. I love this Strength card. That's one of my favorite Strength cards. We have the Messenger of Air. The Four of Fire. We have the Page of Fire. And then we have the Queen of Fire. We have the Chariot. So big 7. And we have the Six of Water. And then on the back of the deck, we have Temptation. Oops, sorry about the glare. Temptation, or this is like the Devil card, the regular tarot. So the energy, yeah, you're trying to figure out, I think you're trying to have courage, figure out like your value system. You're going to have a lot of determination this year, it looks like. I am presence. So a lot of you are really trying to figure out like where your values are and which way to go. And I feel like you're struggling because you are in your head. Maybe you have different thoughts, philosophies about things than what is like generally accepted. Um, but I do see, you have this sort of like lightheartedness about you, but I feel like there's like a struggle, like an energetic struggle here, where you have this sort of energy where you're lighthearted and you are like have this kind of like idealistic viewpoint, and so you're having to like be strong in who you are and be vulnerable in who you are because the energy surrounding you is a little bit chaotic. The energy surrounding you is not like conducive to this, I guess. Um, I also see that you are, while you have this very kind of like lighthearted energy, you also are very like passionate about your communication, about the things that you're like teaching or learning to other people. Um, you're wanting to kind of make these statements. You're wanting to use your voice. You're wanting to not only like speak from your heart, but you want like your voice to be heard. And I do feel like you are in an energy of somebody who is a little bit different, maybe somebody who dances to the beat of their own drum, which is totally fine, but, like, needing to be in your power with this, needing to really, like, focus on how can you be powerful with that. Um, I also see there's something about community here, like, your community and you just have this like playful energy, this playful, this really like loving, caring energy, but you have a lot to say. So I'm almost wondering if you're like a writer or if you need to like start writing down the thoughts that you're having, because you have a lot of thoughts and you have a lot to say, and it is really like refreshing. Um, Kind of like what is going on for you, like figuring out how to get your truth out there and hold that truth. Um, Again, I feel like there's something with your community where there is a stability, but there is a lot of chaos too. And it could be kind of like that chaos that's kind of like um, creates the structure. You know what I mean? But you're trying to find, how do I belong? What are my values? Like, how can I move with my values? And you want to be true to yourself. I think that's really important to you. Um, or if it's not, that's something that's going to be highlighted this year for you is like being true to yourself and really following who you are and what you believe in. Um, I think there's also too this like you're like growing into yourself. You're growing into this like beautiful, like passionate, really empowered person. And you kind of have this like nostalgic for the past when you were more innocent, maybe when there was more innocence, or maybe when there was more like harmony. Maybe you're finding out that like to grow into this person, you have to kind of like there's going to be chaos around you and you don't like that. That's uncomfortable. That's really uncomfortable. Um, Something that you do need to release here, something that really been serving you. Maybe it's like a temptation. We have this temptation card. Yeah, a healing process. Um, so something that you need to kind of like release with that. Um, Again, having this courage, this strength to kind of like use your voice, find your voice. It looks like you're like a writer, an artist, or something like that. Writer, artist, something creative like that. So that's kind of for you. And then I don't want to take too long, so I don't know. Let's just take like a chakra card, and we'll see if there's anything else that comes out. This I am present card. That's so beautiful. Yeah, it's like you're trying to, like, be firm in who you are throughout, like, all this chaotic energy. You're trying to, like, ground yourself, needing to kinda, like, ground yourself in who you are, and sevens are about, like, really trying to be perspective, go within. You're trying to, like, maintain and sustain this relationship with your higher self, with God, with the universe. Very beautiful energy. Let's see, any other messages? Pile 1, acceptance, root chakra, and instinct, crown chakra. So possibly like some maybe like a little bit of trauma where you have to be loyal to yourself now. This is a time to be loyal to yourself. This is a time to figure out, to kind of like go within, talk by yourself, talk to God about like how you can fully like accept yourself as you are. Cause I do see like a growing pains, guys. It's something that needs to be released. It's a healing process. Um, it can be scary. It could be really scary. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you guys if you chose this first pile. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope this resonated, but if not, you can feel free to pick out another pile or watch a different video. Thank you guys. This is for those of you who chose the second pile, which was the 7, and we'll look at this. I haven't seen this one yet till just now. So we have spiritual awakening for you guys. Wow, that is really a powerful image. That's a very powerful image. So let's see what's coming in for this year, 2023, the year of 7 for you all. We have the Ace of Earth. We'll try to keep. We have the Queen of Fire. We have the Queen of Air. We have the 5 of Fire. We have the 8 of Water. We have the Ace of Water. We have the 2 of Air. And we have the Strength and the 4 of Air. We have like a couple repeating cards from the last pile. And we have the Hermit on the back. So for you, if you chose this pile with the 7 of Wands, a lot of introspection, which I'm not surprised that's coming out. A lot of like needing to be maybe vulnerable or have courage with something. There's also kind of like um, this energy. It looks like there's something that started or starting. There's a new beginning happening, some sort of new beginning. This has to deal with something that is like you can sense in the physical world and you can also feel like with your emotions. I feel like too, if you chose this pile, you're somebody who's kind of been through a lot because we do have the 7 of Wands, but we also have the Queen of Air, which shows me that you have been through a lot, needing to rely on that intuition. This has kind of like changed you maybe a little bit with the Queen of Fire here. Maybe also fighting with your energy and your thoughts. Like, are your energy and your thoughts aligning? Are they matching up? Um, I also see there is like a lot of chaos around you. There's some sort of choice you have, some sort of decision here, but I feel like there's some sort of fear holding you back. Um, this decision has to deal with, your ability to persevere, your ability to get your thoughts, to a stable place, and your ability to kind of create a new beginning through this chaos. Because it feels like chaos. And I feel like that's gonna be a theme because the last pile kinda got that too. I feel like you are going through a spiritual awakening to, huge, huge spiritual awakening. Almost like I'm getting like solar plexus chakra energy where it's like you're kind of like coming into who you are. You're figuring out how you relate within the world. Um, I also see that there's something you need to move away from to have this new beginning. There's something disappointing, maybe unfulfilling that you need to move away from. It's chaotic energy. It's energy that's not serving you. It's energy that may be like hard to navigate. You need to stand firm in who you are. You need to be tenacious about your belief system, about because who you are and your belief system and your ability to kind of like be vulnerable or have the courage to like stand in your power is going relates to your like emotional fulfillment. So getting this emotional fulfillment requires you to do that. I'm also seeing that you feel stuck, and the reason that you feel stuck is because you're afraid to be vulnerable. You're afraid to move forward. This is scary. This is a spiritual awakening. Um, that's why you've been going within with the hermit. Yeah, tower. It's the next card. So yeah, this is gonna happen, whether you lean into the energy or not. So I would recommend leaning into the energy, but it's totally up to you. It's your life. Um, you need to use your previous experiences. Draw upon the wisdom that you've gained from your previous experiences. Get clarity from that. But I have 3 or 4 cards here that are like, you need to be empowered. It's about your personal empowerment. This is all about your personal empowerment. You will have fulfillment. They're showing me you'll have emotional fulfillment. You will have physical world, tangible fulfillment. You've planted some sort of seed. There's something in the process. So now it's just about kind of like wrestling with yourself, which can be really scary. That can be hard. Going within, trying to figure out like, what do I like about myself? What do I need to change? And that's like an incredibly painful process. That's not easy. It's easier said than done. But that's kind of what I'm seeing for you guys. I'm gonna pull a chakra card and then I'll move on to the next pile. What is any other messages for this pile, please? Growth. Yeah, heart chakra. This is a growth process. Growing pains dissipating. And that's your solar plexus chakra. So yeah, how can you like use this transformational process to like empower yourself? Like, so for example, when we go inwards and we look at this stuff, it can be really painful, but it's not about like, I mean, yeah, sit with that pain for as long as you need to, but it's not about like beating yourself up for it or, like carrying that with you. It's about, okay, now I have this information about myself. How do I use this to, you know, make things different for myself, to make my life different for myself. So hopefully that resonated. Hopefully that was helpful. If not, you can pick another pile or you can watch a different video, but I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you. Okay, this is for those of you who chose the Seven of Cups pile, and I have not yet looked at this card. Let's see. It is meditation. Seven of Cups at meditation. So we're going to look at 2023, see what's coming in, see what the message is. All right. I'm so sorry about that glare. We have justice. We have the high priestess. Wow. We have the queen of air. We have call. This is like judgment. Sorry. We have the chariot, 7 energy. We have the 5 of earth. Oops. We have the 10 of water. I love that 10 of water card. So cute. And we have the 7 of earth, another 7. And we have the king of water. And then on the back of the deck, we have the messenger of earth. Okay, so for you all who chose this pile, what is the message? Well, there's definitely some sort of decision. I have 3 maybe that is pointing to a decision. Um, this decision has to deal with your value system, aligning yourself with your values, your intuition, possibly your something that you're not seeing. It also has to deal with some sort of like ethicality or moral compass. Um, it also has to deal with like doing things the way that you've done them in the past or doing them a little bit differently this time, doing things a little bit differently this time. So that's kind of what that decision is about. There is an ethical decision here. You need to rely on your intuition. There's things that you aren't seeing. There's things that are hidden right now. It's kind of like there's like a thin veil really here. Using your previous experience, drawing on your previous experience, drawing on that inner wisdom, that intuition from your previous experience. Um, there's a lot of abundance to be had here, but there's something about needing to be kind of like grounded to, needing to be centered with this. Um, this decision isn't one to take lightly, just from the cards that I have here. This is a huge, huge, huge life decision. Um, there's some sort of ending here. It could be some sort of emotional ending, but is also emotional fulfillment. And I also see like, you want to align yourself with your values, but do you agree with the values that you previously upheld? Or do you want to go a different way? There's a feeling of lack here, something that you feel like you lack. You're lacking something because of your experience. I feel like this could be a trauma response. I feel like this could be um, you are feeling not enough or you're feeling unworthy because of your previous experience. But they're saying, no, because of your previous experience, that is why you're so powerful. A powerful year for you. You are going to be like, I don't want to say you are in your power this year, but it really depends like how you decide to go about it. Choices, how you decide to go about it. Huge mattered. You need to get the energy within yourself with yourself. And this 5 of Pentacles energy, this 5 of Earth is not the lack mentality. How can you like make that into something different? How can you change that into something different, something that works better for you? Needing to kind of get a hold of your emotions, master your emotions. You do have emotional fulfillment here, but it's going to require that you temper yourself, that you kind of like have the patience for the growth process. Give yourself grace through this process. This is a huge, huge, huge decision that you have, a huge transformation that you're going through. Yeah, there's a lot around you. You need to kind of like slow and steady kind of wins the race kind of thing. You need to really like steady yourself at this time. Steady yourself so that you can have, you know, you can master those emotions and feel empowered within your emotions, not feel this lack mentality and steady yourself so that you can master those thoughts, so that you can be, you can empower yourself with your thoughts and not like think that you're not enough or that who are you to be on this journey or something like that. Wow, that's really powerful. So let's go ahead and pull one of these chakra cards. Slow and steady for you guys. Also needing to kind of like find yourself, center yourself with this. Needing to figure out, you're really trying to figure out where your morals and ethics and values are. What is it that you align with? That's what you're trying to discover. And this is a process. This is a growing process. It's going to take a lot of determination, patience, faith. Um, it's going to take a lot of evaluating and reevaluating. And I always tell people too, we only always have two decisions in life. We have the decision to, make the loving choice, or we have the decision to make the fearful choice. And one day I was telling my son, he was 5 at the time, and I told him about this because he was upset about a decision he'd made at school in kindergarten, and he said, "Well, Mom, what if I make the fearful choice?" And I said, "Well, the good news is you can always make a different choice after you made the fearful choice." So I think we kind of like take ourselves too seriously sometimes, where we think that like we make a decision and then we're stuck as that personality. We're stuck in that. But that's not how it is. That's not how we are, you know? So you always have the opportunity to make different choices. We have isolation, throat chakra, impatience. Yes, this is gonna be a test of your patience and your faith in yourself and in God or the universe or your higher self. This year is going to test you very deeply, very harshly. um, this is throat chakra, and this is third eye chakra. So something about like giving yourself the opportunity to speak your mind, to have a say in things, not gaslighting yourself, which is a trauma response. And I do see maybe a little bit of trauma coming out from this pile. It's hard to say just with this layer of cards, but I do see there is probably a little bit of trauma. Yeah, needing to put something to rest. You do have a huge opportunity here, needing to really focus on how can you like temper yourself and become patient, become so that you don't like, freak yourself out about this too much, about these decisions and about the how long this process is going to take and how hard it might be, like a pretty arduous process. It might. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Hopefully that resonated. But if not, feel free to check out another pile or another video. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, hi. This is for those of you who chose the Seven of Pentacles pile, and I have not yet looked at this chakra card, so we'll do that now. We have peace. That's awesome. I love that. These are such beautiful cards too. I love these cards. So let's see for you guys for 2023. What is going on for 2023? We have patience, which is like temperance. We have the star. Wow. Beautiful. We have the Ace of Fire. We have the Seven of Earth and the King of Water. We have Love, which is like the lovers. We have Transformation, which is like the death. we have the moon. Wow, you guys have so many major arcanas. And we have call, which is like judgment. And then on the back of the deck, we have the nine of air. Wow, powerful reading, powerful. Okay, so you guys are on a major healing journey, major like growth and development process. Um, this is your spiritual journey. You are kind of walking your path on your spiritual journey, so to speak. Um, coming up against maybe like you have some sort of decision, like heart decision, and also like intuitive decision. You're going through this huge transformational process, huge. Also, a decision about doing things the way you did them in the past, or doing things the way, a different way, going a different way with it. I do see like a little bit of like fear and anxiety around this because, yeah, and I don't judge you at all because this is a huge. We have so many. We have one, two, three, four, five, six major arcana out of 9 cards here, or 10. This is going to go through this huge major transformational process. Um, so let's break this down a little bit. There is an element of divine timing, an element needing to be patient. That's kind of like what this we have the seven of pentacles twice. So a lot of patience, a lot of faith in yourself, in your trust in God, or your higher self, or the universe, whatever you call it, your angels, your guides, whatever. Um, there's something that you really want here. There is an opportunity for a new beginning, possibly a new beginning in love, but it doesn't have to be. Um, you're finding the peace within yourself. You've been through a lot. It's kind of we have the lotus here, and I don't know if you guys know the story of the lotus, but the lotus is like a flower that is very people have placed a lot of like spiritual, metaphorical meaning on it because it is actually that grows like out of the mud. So it's kind of like we have all this mud and this mire, this muck that we're like going around it, stuff that's hard for us. Um, a metaphor for kind of like feeling stuck, being entrenched in things that are, like, extremely painful, and then this beautiful flower just kinda, like, grows out of the mud, so it's kinda like that transformational transmutation process that's talked about a lot, um, and there is to release here. You have to have a lot of patience, 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 3 cards of patience. Um, you have to have a lot of patience now with yourself, you have to trust the timing. Trust that the timing is right with everything. There's something you need to release, and to release this, you're going to give yourself the opportunity to like grow out of that mud into this beautiful lotus flower that is so beautiful. Um, I'm also seeing here patience. You need to master your emotions. There's something about love. There is a need for love, I feel like. There's a choice here. A choice, it could be with loving yourself. It could also be with somebody else. And because I have like the King of Water here too with love. So there's something about love here that really, and your emotions, needing to make an emotional decision, needing to follow your heart, needing to have that courage to follow your heart, needing to patience and the endurance and the, drive, the perseverance to kind of, like, master these emotions, follow your heart. I also see, like, this healing process, you're really, needing to make a good intuitive decision. Rely on your intuition, rely on your subconscious messages, dreams, things that come to you, thoughts that come to you in the shower, stuff like that. Like, write these down because that's going to help you kind of like on your journey, kind of help you figure out which way to go with this decision. I also see there's, yeah, like an intuitive decision. You have to decide there's something from the past that you need to let go, and also make the choice to not continue to go down that past road. Like, this is an awakening process. You're realizing something hasn't been working for you. Whatever that is, that's personal to you, but this is how you're going to continue on your journey. I feel like you have anxiety, so maybe not allowing that anxiety. You need to get grounded with yourself. Be at peace with your choices, with your decision. Be at peace with the steadiness of the process. Not making rash decisions, not jumping into things impulsively, but really like taking the time to think about them, process them out. There is an opportunity for a huge new passionate beginning here, possibly in love. Um, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. So let's take one of these chakra cards and then see if anything else comes out, or maybe two. Self worth. That's a sacral chakra related to your creativity and sexuality. Mysticism. That's the third eye chakra. Intuition and forgiveness. Third eye chakra. Intuition. So maybe something about your choices in the past, your creative or, sexual choices, however that resonates for you in the past, you need to forgive yourself for something. You need to rely on your intuition, recognize that you are this um, powerful creator, that you can create the life that you want. This anxiety, though, is not going to serve you. This all Five of Wands energy too. This chaotic energy not going to serve you. But look, we have the Ace of Water there. So yeah, huge transformation for you guys. Relying on your intuition is huge. This is a huge healing process for you. It's a huge like coming into your own, finding who you are and being okay with who you are. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it resonated. But if not, feel free to check out another pile. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for stopping by.